Hello everybody, I'm Debbie Indihar Giordano of Master Brokers. Welcome to November 3rd. We're well on way into holidays. We've got Thanksgiving coming up and of course Christmas, so get ready for Black Friday, for Thanksgiving Day. So let's talk about current interest rates. The Feds did lower the discount rate last week by 1/4%, but that's really not changed any of the mortgage rates. Today we're at 6.45 for a 30-year fixed conforming. 15-year fixed conforming is 5.475. 30-year fixed jumbo is at 6.42, and then a 15-year fixed jumbo is at 5.875. So rates are holding. We expect maybe in a few weeks we might see a little bit less coming in. And when I close, I'll talk about the open house traffic that I had this weekend on the prop over there in the Sunny Hills area. So looking at the AccuList report, I pulled it for the month of October. The median sales price in Milpitas, zip code 95035, is 1.77. So that is down. I mean, we were at an all-time high of around 2 million. So things have adjusted since Trump announced the tariffs in April. We've seen a steady state that we know market values are holding now, and I do think they're going to probably go up. So if you're thinking about selling, I think you can capture a little bit of an upswing. Days on market are good. It's a seller's market. It's 11 days. It's the median house that's on the market. We have a good sold rate to new listings. That's also an indication of a good seller's market. We have 18 solds and 21 listings. So that's terrific. I want to share with you a little report that came out. I go to this website called listingleads.com, which I started. And by the way, if you want to get on my email list, send me an email to giordanodj@aol.com. We'll send you these videos and the Friday update blog. So what we put out last Friday was a very interesting concept about what your listing agent needs in this underrated skill. You know, getting hold of a good agent is half the battle in selling a property. So one of the things that they talk about for a good listing agent, they stay composed. If an inspection report reveals major issues, we're able to mitigate that by giving a credit to the buyer or getting the right professional people out there to make those corrections. Catching contract errors or missing disclosures. I have a transaction coordinator that I use to go through all the documents, to do the DocuSign, and to make sure that everything meets the California Association of Realtor codes. And so I've never in 46 years as a broker been sued, or none of my clients have been sued. And part of that is because we really take good care in making sure the contracts are in compliance. Thirdly, coordinating details across lenders, inspectors, and attorneys if needed. So I have a property inspector and a termite inspector that I really rely on and use. They're very, very good at disclosing any issues, particularly a foundation, roof, or termite issues that may come up that a buyer would be concerned with. And then number 4, recognizing early signs of buyer hesitation and addressing them on with a compromise. You know, I meet a lot of buyers coming in the open house, so you can kind of read people, know if they're really looking or if they're just maybe a neighbor wanting to know what the house looks like. So buyers usually have a good track record when they put an early, it's called an EMD or an earnest money deposit into the escrow. I ask that they get that in within 24 hours after the contract is signed. That ensures that the buyer is committed, that they want to go through with the transaction. So if that fails, then you know you're probably going to have some serious issues in the remainder of the contract. And last but not least, ensuring every document, timeline, and contingency is clean and compliant. There's 3 levels of contingencies that are available to a buyer. One is a property inspection contingency, a loan contingency, and an appraisal contingency. What I look for in my offers, and they're usually competitive offers, I look for a contract that is non-contingent, where the buyer has waived those. They've looked at the seller's inspections. They've been pre-approved by a lender. They have sufficient money to put down in case the appraisal comes in short. So those are the things that I look for to ensure that we have a good, timely close of escrow. So let's talk about open house. So I had open this weekend 1830 Vegas Avenue in Milpitas. In the Sunny Hills area, as I said, It's a 3-bedroom, bath and a half, converted garage into a large family room. This attracted about 50 buyers through for the 2 days. The price point is 1.3, and I think it's the price point that brought in a lot of activity. A lot of good remarks. We had done some new flooring, new paint in and out of the property, but it doesn't have a garage, and I think that's going to eliminate quite a few number of buyers from that property. So I suspect out of that traffic flow, we might see maybe 2 or 3 offers max. So hopefully I can share next week some good news, and we've been into contract on that home. But certainly I really encourage sellers to do open houses. It's a great way for a buyer to come in. They come in off Zillow or Redfin or the other internet sites where I post the open houses, and then they can meet me as an agent. And it kind of is a nice way for them to see the home. Lights are on. It's usually in a great viewing, light, and a very good response. So that was good, and we'll share what the activity for the offers comes in on that. So on the new front, I've got some new properties coming up, and I'm excited. I listed one that's right off of Piedmont Road, and the address is 2101 Eurydius Ranch Road. It is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,450 square foot home on a 14,000 square foot corner lot. So it is a beauty. Original homeowner, they've been there 25 years. They're retired folks, and due to health reasons, they're going to senior housing. We're seeing more of that happen, so there should be a lot more listings coming up within the next year. They call it the silver tsunami. That's where aging people have to downsize, move out of the area, move in with relatives, kids, or move into senior housing. The house is too big for them to take care of. So that's the situation. Price point on this one will be right below $3 million at $2,998,888. And then I've got 385 Monmouth Drive coming up. That would be in maybe the early part of next year. So I wanted to tell you it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,436 square feet, 6,000 square foot lot in a nice established neighborhood. We don't have a price on that one yet. And then coming up to 390 Monmouth Drive in Milpitas, that's $1,698,888. We're waiting on the sellers to relocate, and we can get that house vacant and ready to go on the market. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, lots of potential in this home for some remodeling and updating. And it's 1,775 square feet, so it's good housing size and a good lot size. And then I've talked about 479 Heath Street in Milpitas. That's in the Manor. Don't know when that's going to come up yet. It could be any day, but that's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and we haven't got that one priced yet. And then I'm meeting with the seller this Wednesday in this Scott Creek Highlands area, which is another area that I work. It's a 2,350 square feet, 1-story with a 3-car garage, and we'll be setting a price on that. Another seller that's going into senior care, and so that'll be a great property that I'm going to get that one going. So got good stuff going on before the end of the year, and share with you what we got for Vegas Avenue. Hopefully they'll get some good offers on that one as we close out the segment today. But if you want to get your home ready, or at least to start in February or March, which is a very peak marketing time, now's the time to give me a call, 408-945-8988. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.